And then just a quick video, just to run through, just before I set off, roughly how everything goes together and how little Nell copes with all the weight and everything that we put on her, and I'll work through it from the front to the back. So on the front there's the front facing camera. It's fully sealed, just a cheap nasty one, but it does do the trick, as stupid as it sounds. Yes, we'd all like a GoPro, but to be honest, I'd hate for somebody to take it off me, whereas that little camera doesn't owe me nothing. If they chose to take that off me, it wouldn't matter. Moving back, there's just a little mount there for the gimbal that you can see there. So normally the gimbal would be in place there and ready to take the mobile phone that I'm using at the moment. Just moving backwards, and we'll just start and take her apart. So just in this bag here I have all my personal stuff that clips on at the front when I'm ready to go. This one here is a jacket that, I shouldn't really show all the, well, it doesn't really matter, I'm obliged to, well, I'm sponsored by nobody, it's all my own kit, I buy all my own kit. I don't use any money other than my own money to get gear. I'm not sponsored by anybody, so I can say what I want. Nice jacket actually, yeah, proper waterproof, windproof jacket, fold away, but absolutely brilliant little thing, that's great. Then in here is the box that contains the gimbal and other electrical camera equipment. We'll just slip the number plate off at the front, that has to come off, it's on Velcro so that I can get in and out the chair easily. And then we come to the two, what must I get to? The two front ones. In this one here is electrical equipment. It's not properly fully packed yet, but electrical gear goes in there, namely power banks, cables, the Wi-Fi unit, just anything that's electrical that just I maybe need a hand just to use. Just to one side of it you can see there's a mosquito net just ready at hand. That's just a quick little get it out, put it on. Sometimes when you get off the chair and it's just that time of night, suddenly you seem to get attacked immediately by mosquitoes or flies and anything else that takes a fancy to you. In the middle there is both a pump and also there is, I'll wait for the train to go past. There is a CO2 inflator and a spare CO2 canister all at hand. Also inside the bags there is more CO2 canisters. It's just easy for me to use CO2 and pump things up. It's just faster for anybody really. Over the other side here is the all I need for puncture repairs, tools, spanners, anything that may be needed, right down to spoke tightness for truing wheels if I happen to buckle one or do any damage to the wheels. So there's everything I need in there. And then on the canister here there is cooking equipment, two types of cooking equipment. We both have methylated spirits and gas. Cooking equipment is in that canister there. And this canister here is food, namely emergency food, dried food, stuff like that, that I can keep spices and other things dry, ready to use. You can make the most mundane food taste absolutely gorgeous with just a few spices. and a little meat bought through the day. I'll show you some camp cooking later on. Just over the top there, you maybe just see there is a methylated spirits bottle. There's another one in the backpack. We always carry two serious things. One is fuel, although you could, I suppose, get fuel in other places like dried wood and all the rest of it if you were that desperate. But fuel, there is both gas and methylated spirits back there. Obviously water's a priority. We can, at our touch, we've got roughly about 6 litres we can carry, which is an extreme amount of weight. We don't want to carry that all the time, but if we need to, we can do. There's 2 bladders. One is 3 litres, one is 2 litres, and the 2 front canisters will hold another 1.5 litres. Normally the only 2 canisters you would need are going to be the 2 front ones, but extremes in Scotland and may have to carry water for many miles. There's also a water purification kit that's on here. We both have the drip through. Well, it isn't a drip through, it's a fast speed water purification and water purification tablets. Moving back from there is then another waterproof, but this one is a bit different. This one is, if it's not too heavy and if I'm still pushing, it's a bit of a poncho. So my arms can still move, yet the poncho covers the front half of the chair, keeping any equipment dry. Covers me mainly up to my forearms, so my forearms, my hands get wet, but I can still push the chair and still, well, exactly push the chair. I'll just move back, I'll stop there, just move back a little bit, take the wheel off so you can see that. So underneath here we have sleeping bag. Now I started off with a 3 season, I swapped that quite rapidly. We're now on a 4 season and it is comfortable on the night. It is lovely. I am so glad I had that one in reserve. My son brought me that one out. Then underneath there we have the self-inflating mat. It's taking a bit of punishment now, but it still keeps me protected from the ground temperature. So that's the coldest place you're gonna get your cold from, is coming from underneath you. I'll put the wheel back on, we'll move to the back. Right, hope you can see this. The sun's really bad this morning. We've got in here, we've got a Osprey 33 litre Talon bag. Very pleased with that. It's bang on just big enough. It's bigger than any going up from your rucksacks, your day sacks, anything. It's just in the middle between going from that then to a full-on Bergen. So that one is just absolutely bang on ideal. Obviously, full-on Bergen, I've only got underneath them wheels now, I've got about 4 inches. So, and the width, as you can see, it just fits nicely between the 2 back wheels. So it is about bang on the right size. So that's the Talon 33 litre. I've got my dry bag covering it, obviously. Take no chances of what's inside there, because that's my clothes, that's everything. So I'll make sure that that stays dry. On top of that is my Banshee one. That's my tent, number plate, flagpole. Yeah, and then all that I carry other than that is my day bag. So my day bag just consists of what I may need in the day. Some means of fast cooking, just a little gas stove if I need a cup of tea, a few items, bit of coffee, and that's basically about it. So day bag, just what I need to, and that one's there, just ready to be packed. It hasn't been packed yet, but it will be shortly. So yeah, that's basically Little Nell and loaded up to the eyeballs. Poor old thing, no wonder she breaks down. Well, she doesn't. We have little minor issues with mechanical problems. But we'll get over them. We'll get there. The pair of us will make it to John oGroats and beyond, I'm sure. Yeah, just a quick little look at my campsite. That's where my tent was. I can't stress enough that please, if you've got a wild camp, leave it like you found it. Other than a bit of bent grass that will soon recover, we haven't made any serious marks that are going to spoil it for everybody else. I know this behind me, somebody has been camping, wild camping, and they've burnt the grass in a number of places where they've been having little fires. Okay, they haven't been big in the sport, they've still done it. If you want any further advice on wild camping, a very good man to look at his videos is Hayes Outdoors. He gives some brilliant advice, especially with wild camping and bushcraft. So I'm going to have to push his videos because I watch them quite a lot. In fact, I watch them. I get some quite good tips off the man. He's extremely good. He's very professional. He leaves everything just like this. He even cleans up the grass and makes sure it stands up again. But that's a different story. Yeah, I'll shortly be in Scotland. The rules change in Scotland on wild camping. Shot of that cow over there. No, bullock. Yeah, I'll get one thing on in Scotland. We don't have to worry about is wild camping. It is completely legal in Scotland to wild camp. That's interesting, isn't it? And what a good thing that is for me. Okay.